What is the primary purpose of using aluminum tabs at the end of the composite tensile test specimen? Option C. To protect the specimen from being crushed by the grips. In comparison test, what is the potential consequences of having a gauge length that is too long? Option A. The specimen will buckle and flex, leading to premature failure. The Killen's fracture is most commonly associated with which type of mechanical test? Option D. Compressive testing. During an asymmetric 4-point bend shear test, how is the shear modulus typically measured? Option D. Using strain gauge bounded at 45 degree in the specimen center. Which formula defines the shear strength in the short beam shear test? Option A. The double cantilever beam test is primarily used to measure. Option C. Mode 1 fracture toughness. What does the R curve effect represent in fracture mechanism of composites? Option B. The variation fraction of fracture toughness with crack length. Why are adhesive joint considered structurally more efficient than mechanical fastened joint? Option D. They provide better opportunities to eliminate stress concentration. Why are mechanical fastened joints often preferred over bonded joints in primary aircraft structure? Option D. Assurance of structural integrity is easier to guarantee. What is pull-through strength in the context of composite mechanical joint? Option D. The resistance of the laminate to a fasten being pulled through its thickness. To avoid catastrophic failure, it is recommended that highly loaded structural joint be designed to fail in which mode? Option A. Bearing failure. Why is titanium commonly used to fasten in carbon fiber reinforced composites? Option B. It does not produce galvanic reactions with carbon fibers. Why are interference fit fastened generally avoided in composite structure? Option C. They cause potential delimitation of plies at the fasten hole. What is the bell play method used for composite material manufacturing? Option B. To create a clear, virgin, roughened surface for bonding. How does absorbed moisture typically affect the glass transition temperature of a resin? Option A. It's lower the transition temperature by acting as a plasticizer. What is the process of placing a fiberglass epoxy play between carbon fiber and aluminum components? Option A. To prevent galvanic corrosion between carbon and aluminum. Which chemical found in paint strip is known as cause serve damage to epoxy resin? Option C. Methanol chloride. What does non-frequent diffusion describe in the context of moisture absorption? Option A. Diffusion where the rate of material relaxing is comparable to the water diffusion rate. In joint design, what is the effect of having 90-degree layer adjacent to the bond layer? Option A. They act as additional bond thickness between but may weaken the joint due to transverse cracking. What is the physics hygrothermal load used for in laminate analysis? Option A, to calculate the mechanical loads needed to induce the same strain as temperature and moisture changes. Why is the recycling of the thermoset composite more difficult than that of thermoplastic? Option D, the cross linking in thermosets is irreversible, so they cannot be melted. What is the most common recycling route for long glass fiber met reinforced polypropylene? Option B, communication and reuse as raw material for seats or injecting molding. To reduce spell stress in the single lab bonded joint, what is the recommended overlap to thickness ratio? Option B, 50 is to 1. What type of adhesive is typically used to stabilize and splice pieces of honeycomb core? Option D, foam adhesive. What effect does UV radiation typically have on the resin system of a composite? Option B, molecular weight changes and darkening of the surface layer. What is a major disadvantage of film adhesive compared to paste adhesive? Option A, they required refrigeration for storage. In the context of environmental effect, what is marine folding? Option D, the growth of marine organism on the composite surface. What energy level must a zero point 0.8 mm composite skin be designed to withstand from a hailstone strike? Option D, 35 joules. Thank you.